Hello everyone. In our previous video, we saw the introduction to lists in Python. In today's video, we will see about some basic operations that we can do in lists. So, what are basic operation we can do in lists is we can add an element, we can remove an element, and obviously we can display the elements. So these are all the basic operations we can do in a Python lists. So we will see this one by one. So how we can add an element. So first, to add an element, there is an inbuilt function in Python called append. So the syntax of append function is first the list name. So here the list name is list, and then dot append. So these dot append are all keywords. You must not make any spelling mistakes here, otherwise you'll get a syntax error. Append, and then thing which the value you need to append. So if you want to append 4 here, then if you just print the list and if you run the program, then 4 will go to the last index of the list. So what an append will basically do is it will put the value inside that parenthesis at the last index of the list. So if you want to put something like toy4, then you must put it as a string, right? So double quotes toy4, and then if you run, now we have the list of length 4. So how we will say the length 4 is, it is how many elements are there in the list. That refers to the length of the list. So the length of the list here is 4 because there is 4 elements in the list. So this is how you must add the elements in the Python list. So in Python, the list the values can be changed. How they can be changed is by using their index only. So if you want to change the toy2 to toy5, let's say, then how you will do, you must access it using its index first, right? So how we will access using its index, list square bracket, and then what is the index of toy2? 1, right? So 1 equals to, then you can put anything here. Let's say I am putting toy5. So now if you run the program, you can see toy1, toy5. Here toy2 is changed to toy5. So it is one more operation in Python list, that is changing the elements, value of elements in list. So if you put something like 11 here, then you will get an error because you can change the element only if it is there in the list. If the element is out of range of the list, then again you will get an error, same like how you saw in the previous video for displaying the element. So we have seen till now the adding operation and changing operation. Now we will see the removing operation. So removing operation is, the syntax is list dot remove, and then the element we need to remove. Remember, the element we are going to remove must be in the exact same spelling, same everything, otherwise you will get an error. Let's see how you must use it. Here for example, I need to remove toy4. For now I am taking this line. So if I have to remove toy4, then you can see toy1, toy2, toy3 only in the list. Toy4 got removed. But if you put you have some spelling mistake here, for example toyy4, then you will get an error, something like not in list. So while removing, you must make sure it has a exact same spelling of the element which is in the list. So we have seen all basic operations in Python list, that is adding an element, that is append, removing an element, that is using remove function, and changing the element using index value. One more thing is how to display all the elements in the list one by one. So how you will display all the elements in one by one? So with print statement, think like this. In using print statement you can display one element, right? So how you can display all elements? Then you need something using two dimension, using one dimension. So what you will do for that, you need a loop. You must go to all index one by one, and then you will display that element in the output, right? So you need a for loop. So here I am putting for, let's say, I in list, then print I. You can also put I in range. If you are putting I in range, then you must use using index. So here you can do it using two ways. Either using range function, that is using index, that 0 to 2, that means 0 1 2 means 0 to 3 must come here, and then print I, print list of I. Otherwise it will put only, if you just print I, then it will print only 0 1 2 3, right? Just think logically. So if you just run the program, you can see toy 1, toy 2, toy 3. Same like the in second method, how you can do is, instead of range, directly for I in list. Then you no need list of I, because I here itself is toy 1, toy 2, toy 3. Just print I. So if you run, you got toy 1, toy 2, toy 3. So what all things we learned in today's video? We saw about basic operations in Python, appending, removing, and then changing the values, and displaying all elements one by one using for loop. So that's it for today. Thank you.